let's kick things off with the 3 core marches, which include Suge with Herman, Wallace with Liu Che, and if you still using, you can still comfortably use Nevsky with Joan of Arc. But if you want to diversify and be more up to date, you can use Huo with Belisarius. So these 3 marches, as you can see, one of each troop type, and from here you have pretty much the best options in a long time in order for you to branch out further. So you can comfortably make really good, add in either 2 more archer marches or either 2 infantry marches or 2 cavalry marches. So if you're going cavalry here they are. Or you can even add in William instead of Huo, for example. And for archers, you can add in Boudica with Ash. And for infantry, you can add in Guan with Scipio. And these are all the marches you can bring. It all depends on how your investment order, but pretty much you can always rotate in between a couple of these at all times. And if you're a whale, you can add in 7th March, which is usually a Trajan March. You can use Mulan or even Ethelflaed. For infantry as well, you can add in Alex with Liu Che. You can maybe skip on Wallace if you don't have the time or the resources to do so. You'll do just fine. When it comes to swarming a flag, things are a bit different. So here you want to stack as many debuffs and damage as much as possible, as fast as possible. So we're going to do something like Scipio Emilianus with Tariq. We're going to use Wallace with Liu Che. We're going to use Huo with Belisarius for the all damage expertise. We're going to use Nevsky and Joan for the DPS. You can use something like Herman with Tommy for the extra stacks. And here you can do something like Boudica with Ash and Suge with Henry. So all of these pairings are going to do just fine. More than fine, actually. Great. And you're going to pop the flag in no time. And when it comes to Ark of Osiris, we all know mobility is king, so expect a lot of cavalry marches, but also some really good standout marches from other types, such as Wallace with Liu Che, with the amazing debuffs. And we also want to use Suge Herman, but we want to use Herman primary, as he brings the support tree, which mitigates a lot of skill damage and brings more mobility from support tree. And from here, you can even use Leadership March, which is mostly going to be full cavalry, Ethelflaed with Trajan. And from here, you can use something like the usual Huo with William, for example. For the middle fights, you can use Nevsky Joan. Now, personally, what will my 5 marches be? So for like the lower spender free-to-play players like myself, I will go Wallace with Liu Che, or you can even name Alex. Let's give it an alternative. I would like to use Suge with Herman, and I would like to use Huo with William. And from here, I would like also to use something like Nevsky Joan, and something like Boudica with Ash. So a lot more AoE, debuffs, buffs, you name it. But for example, you can also use Guan Scipio. I think it still does well depending on the circumstances. It's not terrible. It's an option. I use it myself. But you can configure, like I said before, these are the best time, honestly, to be having multiple options for each troop type. You can make really good 2 marches per troop type. And anything more than that, it's kind of stretching it, especially meaning for infantry. But yeah, these are like the 5 marches for free-to-play that are doable. So with all that said, there are some commanders here that I mentioned in my previous 5551 video.